Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to our QPR career mode. If you're not all nice and caught up, then go and check out the playlist, get yourself caught up, and then of course, welcome to today's episode. Now, I will say Merry Christmas. Either you've had or are going to have a Merry Christmas. I don't know when this is going to get uploaded with work being a little bit sporadic at the moment. I'm filming this potentially a little bit ahead of time for when this gets uploaded. Again, hopefully in the new year, I'll get back to a bit more of a solid schedule with this, with work going back to a bit of normality post the World Cup. So with just focusing on the Prem stuff, it's a lot easier that I sort of know my weekly schedule a bit better. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying this, and hopefully you guys enjoyed last episode where we made our first signings of this second season in the Prem. And this is currently what the squad is looking like. Very happy with where this team is at right now. Like, considering we've just come up, and the fact that we haven't spent much money on this squad at all. Like, realistically, how do I look at my history? I completely forget how I look at history. I think it's Transfer Hub, and then it's like, yeah, this one. Okay, so we've spent 6.2 million on De Silva, and then we've managed to pick up Vega, Bellerin, and Fred all on freeze. Which is obviously incredible. Fred being 30, Bellerin 28, and then Vega being 25. Plenty of time on his career with us. And then obviously De Silva at 24, plenty of time for him too. But I did ask you guys to let me know which of the left backs that we were looking at that you guys would be interested in. I'm going to be brutally honest. I can't speak today. Not a great time to film. Brutally honest, I did not expect the vote to be quite as one-sided as it was, especially in the favor of the player that was picked. I honestly thought it was going to be between Hickey, and people would say, you know, get Hickey and then convert him to primarily be a left back, and Tierney. I honestly thought those were going to be the two that people would sort of home in on and say those should be your two options. But Henry won by a landslide, which I did not expect at all. I'm absolutely fine with it. And I've said that, obviously, I'll go with the player you guys said, because obviously this is your guys' career mode as much as it is mine. You guys are watching it and taking part as much as I am. So, yeah, Henry is the man we're going to sign. So we'll start off today's episode by picking up Henry. But just before we jump into those negotiations, we'll very quickly hear from today's video sponsor. Do you need some more coins for your FIFA Ultimate Team? Then look no further than U7Buy. They're the cheapest and most reliable place to get your FIFA Ultimate Team coins. And if you use code HURSTY at checkout, you'll get yourself an extra discount. I want to say a massive thank you to U7Buy for sponsoring us. Don't forget that code HURSTY. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, so his market value is about 10 million. It says I should be offering between 9.7 and I think it was 12 or something like that. So I'm going to initially lowball a little bit. And don't worry, if I lowball too much and he storms out, I will still go for Henry. We've got quite a lot of the window left ahead of us. So it's not like I'm going to ruin negotiations going forward. So 7.5, I'm going to lowball a little bit. I'm hoping to pick him up for less than 9 is my plan here. 11.7 with a 10%. Jesus, that is a lot more than I was hoping to be spending. I'm gonna jump up to 8.5 because the tension's gone to about halfway there. So I don't want to ruin this too much. Tension's gone quite a bit higher. 12.1. Okay, I'm gonna offer his market value of 10. He's probably gonna be like, oh, I'll go and think about it. Yeah, they're gonna think about it. Okay, so 10 million, they're thinking about it. 12.1 is what they asked for. If I need to spend above his market value, I will do that. I've said to you guys, he will be who I sign, and he will be who I sign. So I will happily sort of hold fire a little bit on that, and I won't mess that transfer up, don't worry. Quite a few people are talking about picking up another keeper. As I've said to you guys, absolutely fine to do that. My worry is Patterson is somebody that's been suggested to me. He's 23 with a rating of 67. I just worry that that's not going to be anything to at all look to start pushing Senny out the team. We have Archer, who we're obviously going to be selling. I've said that's the plan, is moving him on. You can see the depth of numbers that we have here in the reserves. Obviously, we have got a lot of these players listed. A lot of these guys are going to be making their way out of the club as well. But it's worth remembering that we are trying to scout some goalkeepers to sort of bring forward as well, try and bring a keeper in. I will happily go and pick Patterson up. I just don't feel like it's much of an upgrade on what we've got. The only thing that he's got over Archer is that he's a bit younger. So I'm a little bit worried on that one. I'm not going to pick up Gene as much as I think he would actually come in and potentially even challenge Senny for a first place spot. I don't want to go and pick up another free agent and have it be that I've just gone and got like loads of free agents, because I think that would be taking the mick a little bit. With Patterson being as in demand as he has been, I am going to go and pick up Patterson because it's not just been like one person. I've had a couple of people mention it. So we'll go and pick up Patterson. I do just worry that he's really not going to be much competition for Senny, but I'm a man of my word. I want you guys to also have a say in some of the signings and stuff as well. I don't want to be just making signings that I want to make. I want you guys to feel like you've also had an input and an impact on the squad that we pick going forward. 1.65, we'll accept that. We've got loads of wages at the moment, so we can definitely tweak that around a little bit. He's on 2.3. We're in the Prem, so he's probably going to want about 10 grand a week, which is kind of what I'm expecting. Sporadic's fine. We might end up chucking into like a cup team and have him in a bit of a cup run, hopefully, for us. 6.1 grand a week. I'm fine with that. 53 signing on. Absolutely fine. Patterson, welcome to the club as our new backup keeper to push Archer out of his position. We've seen this cutscene a million and one times, so I won't make you watch it again. Okay, we'll see what rating we get for that transfer. Come on, it's got to be a decent one. It's a B. I'll take a B. 1.4 apparently we could have gotten for. I'm fine 1.6. I think that was decent. So yeah, we'll wait and hear back from Henry. The only other position we do need to consider is a centre-back. I'm not going to make that signing yet. I'm going to wait until we see how much Henry is costing us because I don't want to ruin again. I don't want to ruin that deal by spending too much money. Niakate is somebody I'm considering. 80 rated. Obviously, Nottingham Forest got relegated, so he's currently playing in the Championship. This could be a really, really good pickup for us, and would come in and just finish off that defense. You know, Henry at 77, and then Niakate coming in as an 80, our joint highest rated player. That would be a fantastic pickup. So I'll wait till the Henry's deal is done. We'll get to the Spezia game and sim that, and we'll carry on from there. Incredibly good news. They've actually accepted the 10 million transfer offer for Henry. So that's great. I don't even have to go and renegotiate that. We just have to sort his wages. He's on 28.5. Obviously, he has gone down. So sometimes they sort of mess around with the contracts when players get relegated instead of like actually having them be accurate to what they actually are, if that makes sense. I'm going to offer him a 4-year contract. Stay here till he's 30. Fantastic. No release clause. Fine with me because I wasn't going to offer you one. 22 grand a week. Okay, 25 clean sheets. I don't think we're going to get 25 clean sheets. You lot have seen me defend. 22 and a half grand a week seems like an absolute no-brainer. So we're going to say yes to that. Rico Henry, mate, welcome to the club. Another new signing through the door. Starting off today with another couple of pickups. I said I wasn't going to do a Nottingham Forest, but I mean, I have made quite a few signings. I mean, to be fair, 5 signings for a team coming up from the Premier League, from the Championship to the Premier League, I should say, isn't like crazy, is it? Let's be honest. I'm not going to go into like the 20s mark. The only reason we'd make much more signings after this is if we make a lot of sales, which we have a few sales potentially coming through, but nothing as of yet. Again, we've seen these the transfer scenes so many times, but I reckon that's got to be at least a B as well, because it was his market value. It's not exactly a bad deal. It's an A. I absolutely take that. Fan-bloomin-tastic. All about it. My priority here is going to be converting him to be a standard left back. I think that's going to have to be the play here. Go for that. Make him a standard left back. Also, it's 6 signings. Sorry, I for some reason forgot about De Silva. But yeah, very, very happy with that. What a great start to the episode, man. What a great start. Let me just very quickly go ahead and have him prepped to be a left back as his like primary position, just so it doesn't cause any issues for other stuff. And then after that, I'll just train his defending and maybe his physicality a little bit. But that's a great pickup. Thank you to you guys for suggesting him and obviously voting for him. Love to see it. So this is currently what the squad is looking like, getting ready to go into our sort of first games of the season now. Honestly, I'm over the moon with the progress this team has made. You can see, by the way, that Henry is out of position as a left wing back. So obviously that will change when he gets form and everything anyway. I didn't actually pay attention to how long it's going to take him to become a primary left back. I'd imagine it's not very long. I'd be very surprised if it's much more than like 5 or 6 weeks. It's 6 weeks. So that obviously will go sooner rather than later. But yeah, the team is looking fantastic. The only position, as I mentioned, was a new starting centre-back. Let me just very quickly, I'm just going to tweak the budget round a little bit here. How do I forget how you do that again. In fact, I don't know that you can. Can you do it this FIFA? I don't even know if you can. You know what? I don't know. We should, I mean, I think we've got enough money to buy Niakate realistically. Again, for now, that's the player I'm really like sold on. The only other thing, right, and this is just me, again, thinking of like levels of realism. All the players we signed apart from Vega are all players that were most recently playing or have played in England before. Obviously, Bellerin was over in Spain. But De Silva from Brentford, Fred from United, Henry from Brentford. I'm kind of tempted. to pick up somebody from another league. I'm going to do a little bit of scouting. If anyone jumps out, then we'll consider it. Okay, I've gone and scouted some centre-backs from the Liga NOS, or from the Liga Portugal, I believe it's called now. So once I hear back from those, we'll have a look at some of those options. And as long as Niakate is not gone by that point, I'll have a little comparison between Niakate and some of those options, and we'll potentially pick up a new centre-back just before the start of the new season. But we have this Spezia game up first. Let's sort the team out. Okay, we're going to go in with what would be our first team right now. So like our strongest 11. By the way, that Spezia kit looks odd but kind of amazing at the same time. It's kind of like one you'd see in like a football mystery box. You know what I mean? Like, it's the kind of thing you'd hope to get, that kind of thing. But let's sim it. Let's see how we do in this preseason. I'm fairly sure we're guaranteed through anyway. A 2-1 win. Harvey Hutton and Chair both on the score sheets. Field and Laird getting some minutes as well. Love to see it. Bit of money for going through, which is fantastic. I'm fairly sure the way that preseasons work now actually is I don't think it's a competition. I don't think there is like a semi-final stuff. I might be wrong. No. So it's just now going forward to our first game of the season, which is going to be Leeds. I'm hoping we'll hear back from the Liga NOS defenders before then. I'll let you guys know if anything happens, basically. Caleb Franklin has completed his loan move, by the way, off to AS Citadella. I think that's what that was. You know what? I didn't read it in time. That's my bad. But he's out on loan. We've also had what is possibly one of our first youth academy players sold. And that is Abreu, who has been here from, I think, the first day. I don't think he's had any chance of getting anywhere near this squad because he's not good enough. His potential isn't great either. But yeah, 540 grand. And it's just basically helpful towards achieving that financial fair play status that we go for. Finney Hope, one of our youth prospect fullbacks, is going out on loan to, I believe that's in Turkey. So another good youngster going out and getting some experience. More youngsters going out on loan. Teddy Matthews also going off to Turkey for a loan season. Hopefully, again, more game time. Okay, so I haven't heard back from the centre-backs as of yet, but you can see this is the full list from Arujo and up. So Arujo, 3.2, probably not going to be enough. Carmo, 22.5 million, probably is going to be a decent player there. Ferro, again, 7 mil, probably roughly the kind of player we're looking at, if I'm honest with you. João Victor could be a decent option. Liete, I think, has played in England before. I don't know why in my head. I feel like he's played for like Liverpool or Southampton or someone, but don't ask me why. I just think that's the case, but apparently he's too important, so we can't buy him anyway. Quaresma, good young talent, has the potential to be special thing associated with him, as did I think Liete, but I don't remember. A lot of these, by the way, have got like 12 months or less, so we would be picking them up for a pretty good price as things stand. Then you've got Reese as well, who looks to be a good player, good option as well for versatility, also being able to play fullback. St. Just, I mean, everyone who's played Ultimate Team knows that St. Just is an absolute pace merchant. But I thought, you know what? Him coming across to the Prem, we're getting a lot of good young, well, he's not necessarily, I would class as a young footballer now, but very quick defenders seems to be happening a lot in the Prem because the pace of the Prem is so quick. And then Verissimo, so some really good options. They haven't, however, got back to me before our first game of the season, so we'll be playing with Jimmy Dunn for the game to start the season off. And as you can see with the background, the Premier League, all graphics and stuff is all here, and I love it. It's our first press conference as a Premier League side and a Premier League manager, so I thought we'd actually attend this one. I tend to skip these. But we are ready for the fight. We can beat the drop this season. I am very sure of it. Asking about Henry, saying that will he make an impact? He's got something to prove. I believe that. I think he does have something to prove. And it's a big fixture. What do we expect from Leeds? I want a good performance. Simple as that. I want the boys to go out and put on a show. Let's get our Premier League rocking and bloody rolling, boys. Okay, we'll be going in with our strongest 11 as things stand right now. Really looking forward to seeing the boys go out and put a bit of a show on. Like, we've got a really good squad right now. This team is well and truly looking pretty fantastic. What I think I will do, and I probably will make this change going forward as well, is I think it makes sense for now do I want Dicky to be captain? I'm kind of torn. Like, Ilias has been given captain a couple of times this season. I'm gonna go Dicky. If I was planning on starting Dunn more often, I would go for Jimmy Dunn, but I'm gonna have to give it to Rob Dickey. He's gonna be our captain, at least as things stand for the season going forward. He's our man with the armband. But yeah, let's get into it. Game number 1 in the Prem at Ellen Road. So we are away from home for our first Premier League game. And I love these graphics for the start of it, showing them setting the season up and everything, getting everything ready to go. The hype around the stadiums. Boys, this is hopefully going to be so much fun. I really am looking forward to it. And fingers crossed, we can start the season positively. Like, obviously, a win would be absolute dreamland. But just making sure we don't finish the first game of the season with 0 points is the main thing here. Clean sheet would be fantastic. Finding some goals would be great. Getting a little bit of form under our belts early doors would obviously be the absolute dream. But we are here in the Premier League and we are ready to show them what QPR is all about. Let's see how we do. Let's take these boys on. Meslier on the tifo. QPR with kickoff. Come on, you ours. Right, going to have to try and move this ball around well because they are closing us down very quickly. But De Silva here with a little bit of space, but does lose out and actually loses out in a bit of a stinky situation here because this is a chance for Aronson to try and take on Bellerin. He does so pretty well. I think that Miller is onside. He is. De Silva's got a little bit of work to do here, covering the man on the edge of the box. They're knocking this around really nicely, but Rob Dickie, armband on, ball collected. Things you love to see. Henry here, going to try and find the man over, but Vega, the pass to him isn't fantastic. But Vega's going to look inside, finds Ilias. We're going to play us all the way out wide here to Bellerin. Bellerin looks down that line and finds Chrissy Willock. Willock now, pass inside to De Silva. De Silva going to have to turn, finds Chrissy Willock again. Does a little cheeky bit of a skill move, does just about keep it. But look, we're just, honestly, playing the ball around nicely. We've got some players here with some good passing stats, which is obviously pretty helpful when you get up into the Prem to be able to retain possession a little bit better. It's quite important, but I just can't look at how many players are back and between me and the goal here. We're going to get it out to Vega. I'm going to try and find a cross. The touch from Vega is not the one. Christensen's going to pick it up. Good possession from us, but no chance really created, which is a shame. Christensen out wide here. Henry beaten to it. Done with work to do now. He's going to have to come across and does really well. Steps in really, really well there to win that ball off of Christensen. We're going to try and build it forward. A little bit of pace going forward would be fantastic here. Look outside and we find Chrissy Willock inside to Hutton, who sees a little overlay from Willock from Ilias on the inside. Has the shot. Meslier with a very comfortable save there. Really, really good bit of play. Again, we're playing nicely, getting it through sort of the stages of the pitch nice and quickly, but we just need to just try and, I think, attack a little bit quicker because they just seem to get players back so quickly. Leeds out wide here. Bellerin with work to do, but they've cut that inside really nicely. We've got to be careful now. Dickie's going to try and sort of block it a little bit. De Silva comes across and Senny is beaten there. First chance of the game for Leeds, and it does find the back of the net. Is that Harrison there, number 11? It is Harrison. Oh, the former Man City man puts Leeds United 1-0 to the good, and it's not really the greatest of time. I mean, there's never really a particularly good time to concede, is there? But it's really unfortunate because I thought we were defending that really well. I think it's almost like De Silva there. Did I go too... I might have actually gone too far with De Silva. Oh, no, he just gets it round him. I thought I was blocking that ball really well, but it's a lovely finish from Harrison. First goal of the season goes against us, and it's 1-0 to Leeds United. Bellerin overlapping on the right-hand side here. Going to play inside to Willock. Willock going to have to try and cut inside of himself as well. Takes it past his man. Really nice stuff here. Is our first goal of the season going to be a sweaty one? Yes, it is. It finds the back of the net. Ilias Chair, super quick response, literally from kickoff. Played it out wide. Bellerin making a lovely run. And then Willock's run was fantastic. Sort of the underlap inside. Gets it across to Ilias on that sweat. This run here, that lovely touch there, just to take it past Llorente. Really lovely stuff. It might even go down as an own goal. Ilias must have had a touch, otherwise it would have had me celebrating with Willock there. But it's, oh, he does just toe poke it, and Meslier can't get it round the post. Trickles across the line, and Ilias Chair, our first Premier League goal scorer for the season. Not the prettiest of goals, but it's a goal nonetheless. 1-1. Vega going to take it a touch inside here just before half-time. A bit of a good chance here to maybe bring this ball forward. Going to play it into De Silva. I wanted it to Ilias. Ilias had the much better run, the much better space here. That's such a shame that it's locked onto De Silva. But going in at half-time 1-1 in the end, a much better turn of events than it could have been. Obviously, Leeds taking that lead on the, roughly like the 34th, 35th minute, and then us equalising around the 40th. Really good stuff in the end. Ilias definitely being our main player and our main goal threat. Hutton's been a little bit quiet. It feels like Hutton's maybe running to make spaces. And it's allowing Ilias to find the space in and amongst him, which is kind of what you want from your player just behind your striker. So it is what it is. I can't get over that mustache from Bellerin. It's things you'd love to see. But I mean, it's been a pretty solid start so far. I'm half tempted at some point to bring on Lecco just for that turn of pace, because obviously Vega sat with 82 pace, 94 we'd be getting from Lecco, which is just truly unreal. The Silver at some point probably will make way. Just tired legs. He's just, he's been somebody I've been using a lot. I've been running around with him quite a bit. But for now, we'll stick with things as it is. The boys are looking pretty good. I'd say more of the same. I don't think we defended terribly. Just that one shot, it really was a really perfect finish from Harrison. And that's the difference sometimes. But 1-1. Hopefully, we can secure the next goal, because I think the next goal is going to be an important one, whichever way it goes. Not a great position here for them to have the ball in. That's a really nice pass. Seni has been brought out. I brought Seni out, and it's a really good save. I didn't see who took the shot. I think it was Aronson. Really, really good effort, but it's a fantastic save from Seni. It's going through bodies there. He's had to go back. Great first-time finish, obviously, because Seni's wrong-footed there, but has got himself back into a good position, made the save, and it has gone out for a corner. They're going to play it short here. It's going to go to James. James trying to mess around, but, mate, you don't mess around with Ilias Chair standing in front of you, because he's going to take that ball off you, and he is just, hopefully, going to make you pay. Bellerin, not the best run there, my friend. That's not the best run at all. Dickie's going to have to try and come across and cover a little bit. Bellerin now back there and making up for his previous mistakes. Lovely stuff. Let's get it out of here. And actually, maybe start a bit of a counter. Let's stick with this for a second. Bellerin, going to play it inside. Ilias Chair, Hutton, making the first sort of threatening run that we've seen from him all game. It goes to Vega. Oh, and it gets the deflection from the defender. That's surely going to be a corner. They're making a change here. Aronson making way. Oh, man, that really could have been a threat. And I'm actually going to make some changes myself here. Bellerin getting forward eventually there, but is definitely a little bit tired. Let's bring on Ethan Laird. And I'm going to make the change I mentioned before as well. Leko's going to come onto the pitch. Also going to make a bit of a sort of more of a defensive change, and we're going to bring on Sam Field in the middle of the park. Was thinking Dexter Howe is a bit of a like for like, but I'm going to just solidify that midfield because they are threatening us when they bring that ball forward. So Sinistera coming on from for them. For us, we're bringing on Ethan Laird, we're bringing on Leko, and we're bringing on Field. Three pretty much like for like changes for the players that are going off. So let's get this ball in there. Willock going to cross it in. Ilias, the man to aim it for. Not really who I'd want to aim across for, but let's we move on. Sam Field having an effort. He's going to go out for another corner here. I'm going to put a bit more on this corner, try and get it a little bit further into the box here. That is definitely a bit more power. It's going to go into Jimmy Dunn, who tries to climb highest, doesn't, and they do get it away there. Unlucky, boys. Fred putting on some great pressure there. Real good press, but Leeds have managed to pass it around him eventually, but was definitely keeping them back just a little bit there. They're going to knock it around quite nicely. Jimmy Dunn doesn't quite get there, and Henry a little bit narrower than I would have liked to see him. The ball is going to work its way forward, but Jimmy Dunn, yet again, stepping in fantastically. Although he's not the best rating, that's going to be a free kick, and probably should at least be a yellow. It is there for Mia or Miller. I don't know how you say it, but yeah, that wasn't a great tackle at all. They're going to take their goal scorer in Harrison off, and we're going to try and build something up down this left-hand side. Leko, with his first chance to really get involved in the game. The pace here, just bursting past Christensen. Unlucky Jonathan Leko. Leeds bringing this ball forward here. Lovely pass inside. Sinistera with the shot. He tries to Travella. Mate, this is not the first patch of FIFA Ultimate Team, my friend. Henry is going to bring this ball forward. Leko trying to make a bit of a run ahead of him. I'm going to try and get Christensen to try and mark the run from Henry, as Leko then will burst through the middle. He's going to have to turn around and find, hopefully, some help from Henry, which he does find. Not the pass I wanted initially. I wanted it straight to Chair. It's going to drop to Field on the edge of the box. All the way across here to Chrissy Willock, who finds the back of the net. The ball was played round fantastically. I was patient with it. Oh, we just about got away with that shot there. Willock finding the space at that sort of far post, playing it across the numbers, getting it across there. You can see we've even joined in with the celebration. The gaffers over there as well having a great time. And that is a fantastic time to score. What a result this would be in the first game of the season. Ilias across the field, and Field all the way to Willock. I just saw their left back just move inside, and I thought, Willock's our man here. We've got to try and find him. We do, and it's a fantastic strike. Melier really having a bit of a stinker. Actually clipped a little kiss on the inside of the post there, and Chrissy Willock bagging yet again for the bloody Super Hoops. It is things you love to see. Let me very quickly, on the 87th minute, make a couple of changes here. Ilias is getting pretty tired, so we're going to bring on Howe at cam, and then we are going to bring on Lyndon Dykes at striker. Mate, what a result this will be if we hold on to this now. 3 minutes to go. Let's see if we can hold on to it. Come on, boys. This would be terrific. What a way to start, man. Lee's going to try and make one last attack before the final whistle is blown here. They're going to build up slowly. They played it around nicely, though. Sinistera into Mia. Jimmy Dunn isn't going to get there. Actually, I think it was Rob Dickey. Either way, Seni makes a great save. It is going to be a corner. We have a corner now to defend. Melier is up. No messing around here from Leeds. Come on, boys. Keep your head screwed onto it. Let go up. You get, mate. That's going to be a goal kick. Surely that is full time. Let's go, boys. What a fantastic result that is. What a way to start the season. That really was genuinely amazing. I was not ready to go and get that. After we went 1-0 down, I knew it was going to be an uphill battle. The game was sort of petering out into a real sort of slogfest in the middle of the park. A lot of wasted passes, a lot of loose tackles and silly little fouls and stuff from both teams in the middle of the park. So not loads of highlights of things like that. But overall, humongous result. The away fans loving life. Boys, what a way to start life in the Premier League. You could literally end the season now, and I'd consider that the most amazing result. Like, what incredible stuff. The fact that at any point during this season, we've sat in what would be European football is already dreamland, boys. Very happy about that indeed. Next game we have is Bournemouth. It's our first home game of the season. The first time Loftus Road has been in the Prem for some while now. But, mate, it has to be said, Senny making two truly terrific saves in that game to keep us in things. So that really is very important as well. But very happy with how the boys turned around, how the boys got things working, and to fight through and get the result is massive. Henry is now primarily a left back, which is fantastic. I'm just going to set him to be a defensive wide back. His speed is already fine. I'm not worried about his pace not going up at all. Just get those defensive stats up, get the strength up, which would be huge for us, and get like defensive awareness and things. It was noticeable that his positioning was just ever so slightly off a couple of times in that game, but this will definitely help with that. Just to show you guys very quickly, now that we have heard back about Tierney, he'd have been probably a little bit too expensive. Would have been phenomenal to pick up, but I think a little bit much. Also had a player called Mohamed Sanko suggested to me, potentially for a striker down the line. Right now, he might be the kind of player that we pick up to then loan out and go out for a couple of seasons. But I think we'll do that once we get a couple of other sales through the door. Right now, FFP-wise, like you guys know, I do like to try and keep to kind of like, you have to, make money to spend the money. So I'm going to wait for a couple of those sort of like squad players that we've listed up to potentially go. And then he's the kind of player we could bring in, loan out. Okay, we have heard back from a lot of these players here. I'm going to go through and delete some of the ones that I think are a bit too much. Verissimo is going to be too much money. Would be a great signing, just too expensive. Reece is exactly the same thing. Would be great versatility, but a bit too much money. Liete, they're not willing to sell, which is a shame. And it was the same for Carmo as well. Both are deemed too important for the club. 17 to 20 million is what Niakate is sat at, just for like general purpose of sort of remembering that. Arujo, not high enough rated, so Arujo is a no from me. João Victor, decent option, but I think, I don't know, it's kind of like, if you look at him and St. Just, obviously, Victor, I think, has got better potential. Let me get rid of Tierney while I'm here, because he was too much money. Victor's got better potential, but you can pick up St. Just for, just under, or just over half of that value. So I'm going to get rid of João Victor as well. Ferro is very tempting. Ferro, I know he's not going to go up loads, but, solid player. I think it's one that Benfica would be more likely to let him go than Sporting would for St. Just. As I said, I think St. Just is the kind of player that would perfectly suit the Prem, would like the pace of the game and everything. I'm kind of torn with going for Quaresma, knowing that he is going to go up more than Jimmy Dunn, or going for Ferro, knowing that he is a cheaper option and maybe a slightly more realistic option. I think I'm going to stick and err on the side of what I think is slightly more realistic. QPR having done dealings with Benfica in the past as well. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Ferro for not too much money, and he will kind of be like a player that will see us through this season potentially. So yeah, I'm going to go in for Ferro. Not the most exciting of signings, but I think one that's more realistic than the other options we were looking at. Off the bat, I'm offering 5 mil and just seeing what they're think about that. They want Laird. Laird is going nowhere, my friend. So let me offer you 5.5 mil this time, and just test the waters. Let's see what you're actually thinking. If I was just offering you money, six isn't terrible. I'm going to offer you 5.5 again, because I reckon you'll come down to it. I reckon he's going to come down to 5.5. He did. Fantastic. 5.5 mil. I think for that price, it's genuinely a really good signing. And I think that he is just a bit better than Dunn. He's going to come in and offer us something that's just going to be, again, a job for a season. Whether it's a season or 2 seasons or however long, I think personally it's going to be pretty helpful. So let's just try and get this across the line. I'll offer you 20 grand a week, and I'll offer you 150 up front. I think that's a decent offer. He wants 21 clean sheet bonus. Again, I'm fine with that. We're not going to get many clean sheets, so absolutely okay with it. As I say, not the most exciting signing we've made. Also, EA, a bit more versatility with those cutscenes would be great. But Ferro, welcome to QPR. I reckon we're going to get a B or a C on that one. I think we could have maybe gotten for a bit less. It was a B. Okay, that's not the end of the world. But comes in as our second choice. Could have gone for 4.4. Don't think we could have done, but... Again, for me personally, I think this is a fantastic pickup. It does mean that Clark Salter is going to drop right down the pecking order. He's going to be dropping even off the bench at this point. So let me just very quickly, if I do that, I was going to say, if I change him, it's going to give Dickie the armband, which is what I want long term. So yeah, we're going to have to work out here. What do we do with Clark Salter? Maybe loan him? Let me know your thoughts. Okay, I know this might end up being a slightly shorter episode than normal, but this is just to give me a decent chance to try and get this out sooner rather than later. Also, obviously, we did do a lot of transfer stuff today, a lot of time of me having to look for players and stuff like that. But let me know your thoughts on the squad right now. I know there's been suggestions and other players to potentially pick up that would be players for like going forward, sort of like more long term. But yeah, that's going to be a decision that we make further down the line once we sell some of our sort of squad players. We'll then look to buy in more squad players, if that makes sense. I think in regards to first team signings, we're done now. I don't think we need to make any more signings. That squad looks absolutely fantastic. If you compare that to where we were at before this like transfer window, phenomenal. The team's looking absolutely fantastic. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. If you are, then please do leave a like, supports me, the video, the channel, and the series out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. If you want to watch us on live streams, we live streams on Twitch and on TikTok. Links to both are down in the description. And while you're down there, make sure you show some love to our channel sponsors. Thank you again for supporting the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I will see you very soon. Look after yourselves. And of course, wash your hands. And whether it's happened yet or it's about to happen, I hope you either had or I hope you do have a very Merry Christmas. Much love, guys.
Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, or say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty games, yeah, you already know.